Hi, I'm Jen, and I've been asked by my mentor and my good friend Rebecca Thompson Hitt to offer you some nervous system first aid in the wake of Hurricane Helene. And this is useful whether or not you've been directly impacted by the hurricane. And this is also a practice that can be useful anytime you're dealing with some big nervous system activation. So, this could be a conflict or something happening in your personal life. And this can also be anytime that you're facing or contemplating big things happening out in the world. So, social and political situations, impending election, natural disasters. There's lots of situations in which this can be helpful. So there's two important things I want you to hear before we start the practice. The first is that this is a nervous system tuning practice, not a nervous system calming practice. That's really important because sometimes when we're dealing with an emergency situation, calm is actually not helpful and it's often not possible. So, my goal is not to enforce some kind of Zen state. This is not a, sit quietly, clear your mind kind of meditation. So, one really important part of this is tuning into actually how activated does your nervous system need to be right now? So, we want the nervous system to not be shut down, collapsed, feeling frozen. We also don't want the nervous system to be so far into overdrive that we're overwhelmed and we can't function. But especially if you've been directly impacted, there's probably a lot of things that need to happen right now fairly quickly. If there are people in your life, especially children, they're probably needing some connection and some reassurance from you as the adult. And so, yeah, just sitting calmly is probably not actually what your nervous system needs right now. And that's okay. I'm not asking for that from you, and that's not my goal. My goal is to help you tune into what is needed right now and how can I be in that, you know, activated, functioning, doing what needs to be done, but not out of your window of tolerance on either end, not over or under activated. And the second thing that's really important for you to hear is that this is not a sitting still practice. If sitting still feels good to you right now, it can be done sitting still. But if you feel like walking or running or jumping up and down, or I'm sitting on an exercise ball, bouncing, there's a lot of ways that you could move your body. And if you're feeling stuck and shut down right now, then the practice is going to involve some small movements of your body, and that can help to shift you into feeling more able to move. So, if you're feeling agitated or anxious right now, then I want to encourage you to start moving while you're listening and keep moving while you're doing the practice. So, if you can go for a walk, that's great. If you can, stand up and just walk in place, that's also great. Any way that your body can move while you're doing this is great. Movement is great. So you're going to see that this practice is based on EFT tapping, if you're familiar with that. And if you're not, that's fine. You don't need to be. And the idea is that we're going to, as I said, be tuning into where does the nervous system need to be right now? And is there safety right now? So to begin, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath or a shallow breath. If you're feeling anxious and activated, a deep breath might not be accessible right now, and that's okay. But notice what is the quality of the breath? Does the breath feel deep? Does it feel shallow? Does it feel fast? Does it feel slow? I invite you to take another breath and notice what's the quality of that breath. Noticing my shoulders just dropped when I took that breath. So noticing if anything in your body moves, just with bringing a little bit of attention inside your body, what's happening. And so to begin this, we're going to set up a thought to work with. So we're not setting up a thought that is asking your body to be different than it is right now. It's more helpful to think of something that's acknowledging what your experience is right now. Um, I've just been through a really scary experience, or I'm feeling unsure about the future, or I'm feeling helpless to help the people who've been directly affected. Uh, whatever might be your experience in this moment, an acknowledgement statement. And so take a moment and think of what your acknowledgement might be, what's going on for you right now. And then finishing it with, and I'm going to take a few minutes to be with my body. Not to change your body, not to control your body, just to be with your body. So I'm feeling really helpless to affect change in this moment, and I'm going to take a few minutes to be with my body. And repeat that opening statement a couple of times to yourself, internally, out loud. Both are great. I'm feeling helpless to affect change right now, and I'm going to take a few minutes to be with my body. I'm feeling helpless to affect change right now, and I'm going to take a moment to be with my body. And then we're going to check in with, right now in this moment, am I safe? And there may be a lot of scary things happening. There may be big things that need to be dealt with about where safety might be, where you might live, things like that. But right now in this moment, are you in a place that is safe for the next 5 minutes? And if the answer is no, then please get to somewhere safe and then come back to this practice. And if you are, then I want to invite you to notice that, okay, in this moment, I am in a place that's safe. In this moment, my body is safe. And if there are aspects of your environment that might not be entirely emotionally safe, we don't want to project something that's untrue onto our bodies. So if there is a lack of physical safety, a lack of emotional safety, please don't tell yourself that you're safe when you're not. You can acknowledge, maybe you're staying with someone who's difficult for you. And so, yeah, your emotional safety might not be all the way where you'd like it to be. And you can acknowledge that too. Right now, my body is safe and my mind is guarded. Okay, that's where we're at. So, acknowledging what is your current experience of safety in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And so now, holding that as an opening place, we're going to start. The first place that we tap is on the karate chop part of your hand. And you can tap on one side and then tap on the other. And you can switch back and forth as you repeat your acknowledgement. Right now, I'm feeling really helpless to affect change in this moment. And I'm going to take a moment to be with my body. Right now, my body is physically safe. Right now, I'm feeling emotionally, mentally guarded. And just acknowledging what's true for you right now. And after back and forth on this point for a moment, and then we're going to move to the inside part of the eye. So right by the bridge of your nose. And you can tap 2 fingers, 1 finger in that area for a moment. And continuing to be with, and we're moving to the outside of the eye now, continuing to be with those statements about what you're experiencing right now and what's happening for your body, your mental and emotional state right now. After the outside of the eye, we're moving to underneath the eye and continuing to be with what's happening in your nervous system and your body right now. And now moving to underneath the nose. I'm feeling helpless to affect change in this moment, and I'm going to take a moment to be with my body. Right now, my body is physically safe. I'm feeling emotionally guarded. Moving to your chin. You can notice if anything comes up, moving to underneath the collarbone. If anything comes up where you start to feel, oh, I'm feeling really agitated, okay. Again, we're not looking for calm. We're looking for acknowledgement. And then we're moving to under the arms. So this is sort of the side of your chest, underneath your armpits. And then moving to the top of the head. And then we're taking another breath or two and noticing how the breath feels moving in and out of the body. And again, you can continue to be moving, especially if you're feeling agitated, if you're feeling a lot of stress or anxiety, then moving is a really good way to complete those stress cycles and allow that energy to move in your body, because your body doesn't know the difference between being displaced by a hurricane and being chased by a tiger. So the activation in your body is the same, and that energy needs to go somewhere. So, this kind of thing, tapping on your body, can help to get some energy moving. It can help if it feels like there is no energy moving and you're feeling stuck. It can also help if it feels like there's a lot of energy to kind of burn some of that off, as can walking, jumping, anything that moves your body. Squeezing your fists and spreading your hands wide is another way to kind of move the blood flow and move some of that energy. And tuning in as well to what's actually needed right this minute. Am I in a waiting space? Am I trying to cope with unknowns about what's going to happen, and I'm needing to figure out how to exist in this space of not knowing and waiting? Or is there something I need to do right now? Do I need to be contacting insurance companies or contacting FEMA, or is there some action that needs to be taken for which I need to keep my nervous system activated? And the last piece that I want to bring in here is that if there is under or over activation in the nervous system, then besides these practices that can help to tune your nervous system to what's needed right now, support is the other piece that can come in. And we go into an underactivated state when it feels like, oh my God, that's too big, it's too much, I just can't deal with it, I'm going to just, I can't. And so support can help it feel like, oh, okay, I don't have to do this all by myself. Somebody else can carry it with me, whether it's the emotional work and the fear and whatever else might be coming up for you internally, or whether it's the physical work of somebody to help feed you and take care of your kids and whatever else physical needs might need to happen right now. And at the other end, the overactivation, the anxiety that I can't let myself slow down, the overwhelm, those pieces similarly come from oh my God, there's too much and I have to do all of it and I don't know what to do, and I how do I direct that? And again, with support that can help to sort of contain and direct and bring down that level of activation to a point where it can be usefully put towards what needs to happen. So in both of those ends, what kinds of support can you bring in? And Rebecca and I, and there are others who are layers of support that you can bring in to help with the emotional and the mental and the activation pieces of that. So I want to encourage you to check out the resources and the support opportunities that are available to you. And I look forward to supporting you and your family as you move through and beyond this difficult time.